Hey guys, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. So today we are doing my spring TBR. Now I'm filming this before I uploaded, but like much before. So I'm filming this at the beginning of March and I'm gonna, you're gonna see it a little bit later in the month. So don't be surprised if by the time you watch this video, I've already seen or read some of the books. But either way, I wanted to show you what I plan on reading during the spring. So to me, technically spring starts at the beginning of March, but it isn't official until like the 20 something of March. But either way, this is usually my historical fiction era. I don't know why it's been like that for the last few years. And kind of like a little sprinkled fantasy here and there, and just books that give me spring vibes. So in no particular order, I'm going to show you, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10 books that I want to read from March until June. Because June to me screams summer because school is almost out at the very beginning of June. So the first book that I want to read is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I thrifted it for, what does that say? Focus, please. It says $2.99. Camera, focus. There we go. $2.99. She's a chunker, but I have heard nothing but good things about this book. This would be my first Kristen Hanna, and I'm excited. I think it's about two sisters, and I know that it takes place during World War II. But other than that, I know nothing about it. People rave about it. There's a former student that I think he and I are going to buddy read it over our spring break because we have the same spring break, which is at the end of March. But looking forward to reading that one. You will notice a pattern. The next one that I want to reread, because I've read this years ago, and I saw them. Oh, I read it when the movie came out, and I don't even remember when the movie came out. But that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I remember that it takes place in World War II. Obviously, it deals with the Holocaust. I know that she has something to do with maybe the male main character of the book. But other than that, I really do not remember much, except I do remember loving the book. So I think it's about time that I revisit this world. Have you caught on to the pattern yet? Maybe you need another one. So I read my first book by this author last spring. I was going to say like last April, but I don't even remember. Last spring. Again, historical fiction. And it is by Kristen Harmel, and it is The Paris Daughter. This book says that young mothers Elise and Juliet become fast friends the day they meet in the beautiful Bois de Boulogne. This is French, so sorry. Through the shadow of war creeps across Europe, neither woman suspects that their lives are about to change evocatively. When Elise becomes the target of the German occupation, she entrusts Juliet with the most precious thing in her life, her young daughter Mathilde. Yeah. Playmate to Juliet's own little girl. But nowhere is safe in war, not even a quiet little bookshop like Juliet's library, the Reeves, and when a bomb falls on the neighborhood, Juliet's world is destroyed along with it. More than a year later, with the war finally ending, Elise returns to reunite with her daughter, only to find her friend's bookstore reduced to rubble, and Juliet nowhere to be found. She has seemingly, oh my goodness gracious, today has been a day. My kids tested today, and it's been a day. Anyway, she has seemingly vanished without a trace, taking all the answers with her. Elise's desperate search leads her to New York, and to Juliet one final fateful time. An exquisite and gun-wrenching tale of resilience, motherhood, and love, The Paris Daughter reveals that even in the darkest times there are rays of light, that even when you are lost under the stars, fate will guide you home. The last book that I read by her, or the only book I've read by her, was The Book of Lost Names. It was an easy 5-star for me, so I wonder if I'm going to like this one as much as I liked the other one. And if I do, maybe I won't buy any more books by her, because I really do have to stop buying books, but at least I know that she's a good historical fiction author that I can go to. But this one, I have never heard anybody talk about it, but it sounds really good. If you notice, it's already 3 books about World War II. So that's my historical fiction era. The next 3 is a series. 2 are mine because the covers are absolutely stunning. The third one I did borrow from the library because the stunning cover is not out yet. And that is the Emily Wilde series. So the first one is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And just look at this cover. It is stunning. And then look at the edges. I don't know if you can see it. Camera, please focus. There we go. So I don't know if you could see the edges, that they're kind of like, I don't know. It's a beautiful, book. And a curmudgeonly professor journeys to a small town in the near far north to study fairy folklore and discovers dark fae magic, friendship, and love in the start of a heartwarming and enchanting new fantasy series. So I know that Emily Wilde, is a professor at many things, and then I think something that she meets Mary. I'm so sorry. My camera died, so it's a change of angle because I literally have it plugged into the wall right there. But at least my chair is like low enough and I'm sitting on the floor. Anyways, I've heard so many good things about this. I even lent it to one of my students whose name happened, well, former student, she graduated. Her name happens to be Emily. She loved it. I've heard only good things, and this cover is stunning. So, typical me, if I start a series, I like to finish it. So, the other one that I have on my list to read is the second one, Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands. I'm not even gonna read the synopsis because I don't want anything to be spoiled to me from the first one, but this cover is also stunning. Again, same thing with the side edges, little book flap, and it's a stunning cover. Now, the third one is the one I got from the library. Now, don't get me wrong, this is an actual hard book. It's not a jacket. And these covers are stunning too. This one is Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. It is an adorable cover, as you can see. The first one is black, and then the second one I think is green. But the cover is stunning as well, but I'm sorry. You can't compare. Me personally, I like these. Not because they're paperback, but it's just I think they're prettier. And have you guys seen the UK editions of those? To die for. They are gorgeous. But anyway, so I did get the third one from the library because I'm not buying this one until it comes out, like those covers. So those are other 3 books. The next book I have had for quite a few years. I got it at BJ's. I even got like the sticker that I gotta finish removing. This book came out, it says here 2003, but I got it after that because I remember already being married, and I got married in 2010. So I don't remember when this exact edition came out, but I do know that I got it like after 2010 because I was already married. And it is the true story of Hansel and Gretel. It says, a poignant and suspenseful retelling of a famous fairy tale set in a war-torn world. In the last months of the Nazi occupation of Poland, 2 children are left by their father and stepmother to find safety in a dense forest. Because their real names will reveal their Jewishness, they are renamed Hansel and Gretel. They wander in the woods until they are taken in by Magda, an eccentric and stubborn old woman called Witch by the nearby villagers. Magda is determined to save them, even as a German officer arrives in the village with his own plans for the children. A haunting novel of journey and survival, of redemption and memory, the true story of Hansel and Gretel powerfully depicts how war is experienced by families and especially by children, and tells a resonant, riveting story. It sounds really good. It's a fairly small book. Let me see if I can tell you how many pages it is. It's not even, oh my God, this is such a small book. It says here 297 pages, so it's a less than 300 page book. I've had this on my TBR for literal years. Last year I did the same thing. I read a book that I knew nothing about, no one has ever talked about, and I ended up loving it and giving it 5 stars. So I'm not saying that I have high hopes for this one, but I am excited to get to it. It's a short read, and you never know, it could be another book that I really, really like, and I would wonder to myself why I put it off for so long. This is another one. I think I got this one at the dollar store because it doesn't have, yeah, it has to be at the dollar store because of the way the price tag sticker scanner thing is. And it is The Notes Through the Wire, the incredible true story of a prisoner of war and a resistance heroine. And the cover gives off World War II vibes. This is by Doug Gold. Set during World War II, this is an unforgettable and amazing love story inspired by the author's own family. In the heart of Nazi-occupied Europe, a crumpled note passes between 2 people, slipped through the wire of a prison compound, setting these strangers on a course that will change their lives forever. One of them is Josephine Lobnick, a young underground resistance fighter determined to vanquish the enemy occupiers. The other is Bruce Murray, an Allied soldier taken prisoner of war, a man longing to escape the confines of the camp so he can do battle again. Woven through their tales of great bravery is a remarkable story of 2 ordinary people who find an unexpected love that overcomes the obstacles of distance, war, and the unimaginable hardships of Hitler's barbaric regime. So it sounds really good. And I got it at the dollar store, at Family Dollar. So it was like, what, $1.20 something, $2? It's not bad. And you know what? If I don't like it, it only cost me $2, if anything. Very cheap. This is another one. Okay, so Heather Morris, which is the author of The Tattooist of Auschwitz, I did read that. Started watching the series. I would have to, it's one of those things that I have to reread the book to then compare it to the series. I just, whatever. She blurbed it saying, I can't recommend it enough. That was a good book. It was a sad book. So I'm kind of curious. And if this one is based, I wonder if it has like multimedia in it. Like, I wonder if it actually has the letters. As I'm skimming through this, it looks like it does not. Maybe it has pieces of the letters. Because it does say, for example, it does give dates. And maybe what's going to happen because like the chapters have names. So like chapter 9, it says Bruce, Greece, April to May 1941. So I don't know. It's another pretty short book. It's a little, this is author's note. So actual book, 305 pages. So it's another little short book. Hopefully I can get that read too. Now this one I've had, and I love this book. Like physically, it's not a war book. I will be honest with that. It has nothing to do with World War II or World War I or any one of the world wars. But it kind of has, from my understanding, like a dual P timeline of today and then of like Shakespearean time. So it was with the 1500s, around there. And it is By Any Other Name by Jodi Picoult. I know she is not everybody's cup of tea. Not all her books are my cup of tea. The last two, no, not the last two. It's been more than that. Since like 2020, she published Wish You Were Here. I was a new mom, like a brand new mom with my daughter. I read that book in 2 days. So lately, she's been a very hit for me. And sometimes her books are slow to start, but I know that if I push through, I know that I will end up loving the book. She's one of my auto-buy authors. So, yes, I did pay full retail price for this, but do I regret it? No. Why? Ka-ching. I can't see. It is signed by Ms. Jodi herself. I love it. Anyways, it says, young playwright Melina Green has just written a new work inspired by the life of her Elizabethan ancestor Emilia Bassano, but seeing it performed is unlikely in a theater world where the playing field isn't level for women. As Melina wonders if she dares risk failure again, her best friend takes the decision out of her hands and submits the play to a festival under a male pseudonym. In 1581, young Emilia Bassano is a ward of English aristocrats. Her lessons on languages, history, and writing have endowed her with a sharp wit and a gift for storytelling. But like most women of her day, she is allowed no voice of her own. Forced to become a mistress to the Lord Chamberlain, who oversees all theater productions in England, Emilia sees firsthand how the words of playwrights can move an audience. She begins to form a plan to secretly bring a play of her own to the stage by paying an actor named William Shakespeare to front her work. Told in intertwining timelines by any other name, a sweeping tale of ambition, courage, and desire centers two women who are determined to create something beautiful despite the prejudices they face. Should a writer do whatever it takes to see her story live on, no matter the cost? This remarkable novel, rooted in primary historical sources, ensures that the name Emilia Bassano will no longer be forgotten. See, I told you it has something to do with Shakespeare. She is a thick book. Like, she is a chunker. I don't know if my former student has this book, but I was telling him that I wanted to read this one because I did explain that it is, you know, and he is getting into Jodi Picoult as well because of me. It has 483 pages, so it's not that bad because I've read thicker books, but I don't know why this one feels like it's like 1,000 pages. I don't know. I guess maybe because the pages are thick. They're not thin pages. I mean, the words are, I guess maybe because the words are pretty big. So I don't know. All I know is that I am super excited to read this one. I want to flaunt my signed copy because it's just, I love it. I pull it off my shelves just to look at it because she is definitely one of my favorite authors. And then the last book that I want to read this spring is a young adult novel, which I didn't expect that. The first person that I've ever seen talk about it, and probably the only person, is Destiny Sidwell. She's great, by the way. I'll link her channel below if you've never heard of her. And that is Lovely War. It says, Hazel James, Aubrey and Colette, a classical pianist from London, a British would-be architect turned soldier, a Harlem-born ragtime genius in the U.S. Army, and a Belgian orphan with a gorgeous voice and a devastating past. Their story, as told by goddess Aphrodite, who must spin the tale or face judgment on Mount Olympus, is filled with hope and heartbreak, prejudice and passion, and reveals that though war is a formidable force, it's no match for the transcendent power of love. Okay, this book is not what I expected. I expected like a love story. For some reason, I thought this was like, I don't know what I expected. I don't remember what Sydney's thought was, but I did not expect it to be told from Aphrodite. And I know that it is for young adults because it says penguinteen.com. The cover's stunning either way. And this is a funny story. When I went to Barnes, the last time I went to Barnes, I got the second Emily Wilde. It was the only one left. Buy one, get one half off. So I got that one. I got a Tilly Cole one, the new one, the pink one. I forgot what it's called. That one was buy one, get one half off. I got Beg, Borrow, or Steal for buy one, get one half off. There was another one. I don't remember what the other one was. It's none of these that I have, but I don't remember what the other one was. And then this was the only one I did pay full price for, but it was the last one. So that was a sign that I needed to get this book and I needed to get the Emily Wilde book. So this is another thick book. This one, oh, it's kind of floppy. This one has, hold on. I wonder if this, okay, that's a historical note. 451 pages. How funny, because this one fits into this one. Like the spines, like it fits into it. Almost as if it's the same size, but this one has more. Oh my God. Well, you know what? I can't complain. I have like 2 really big books. I have 2 really thin books, and then I have 3 that are maybe in the middle. So I can't complain. Mostly historical fiction, because like I said, I'm in my historical fiction area, but then I have a few other things sprinkled here and there to not get me bored of the historical fiction. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you have read any one of these books and what's on your spring TBR for this year. So go ahead and let me know, subscribe, it'll really help my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.